This is a simple move that you can use in a variety of situations. In the video here, you'll see Ben using it from a shielding position to misdirect the defender. You start with your foot on top of the ball and you roll it to the outside, and as you roll it to the outside, you bring the foot lower to the ground so you can push back in the opposite direction. So acceleration is the key here. Two things you can do to really make this move work is, number one, your body language. If you look at Ben's face here, he actually looks in the direction that he's rolling the ball initially before he cuts in the opposite direction. So watch his face here. He turns, looks, lets the ball roll a little bit, then he pushes and accelerates. The other thing you can do to make this move work is use the left foot to get a push off. So watch what he does with the left foot here. He hops a little bit so he can push off quick for the acceleration. So hopefully this move will come in handy. Try it, and if you like it, great. If not, try a different one.
Okay, so if you're a soccer player, you probably already know what a scissors move is, so I just want to spend a few seconds talking about when to use a double scissor. So I've never really had any success using a double scissor when I'm standing still and I have an opponent in front of me, or when I'm, approaching a defender slowly. The only time you would want to use a double scissor, in my opinion, is when you've got some pace on the ball. So you're dribbling it fast, you have a defender approaching, and then you do a double scissor to unbalance that opponent. And when they're unbalanced, then you can accelerate either to the left or to the right and have enough time to get a pass off or a shot off. So you would not want to use a double scissor unless you've got some pace on the ball.
I'm sure most of you are familiar with this already. It's one of the first moves that coaches teach young players. Now in this video, I'm just going to focus on the basic scissor, the single scissor, the one you're watching here in the video. I've had more success with the single scissor when I have an opponent coming at me from an angle, as opposed to having an opponent coming at me directly from the front. So if I've got an opponent coming at me from the left or the right, what I do is I scissor towards them, and then I have all the space on the opposite side to accelerate to. So it's almost like I'm creating a little cushion. In case I mess up, I've got all that space on the other side. So if you want to avoid a little bit of the risk, do this move when you've got an opponent coming at you from an angle. Don't do it when you've got them coming from the front. It'll just put you at an advantage. And so let's say the opponent is coming from the right, you scissor towards the right, and then you push to the left. I think if you try this, you'll find that it'll reduce some of the risk, and you'll be able to push the ball into a bigger open space than if the opponent was coming at you directly from the front. So use that, try it out, and see if it works for you. Hope you enjoy it.